Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video we're going to react to how San Francisco is done, dead and apparently over. So this is, because I went to San Francisco in November of last year, and yes, there were a lot of homeless people there and it was quite dirty in some areas. But there was still a lot of San Francisco that was just really beautiful. Like particularly when you get to, the Golden Gate Bridge area and the beach. There's like a beach. It's probably just San Francisco Beach. This is how bad my geography is. But yeah, obviously the geography king, he's based in America and he's probably been to San Francisco very recently. And obviously since I was last there, a lot could have possibly changed. But to say it's completely done for, it just sounds like, oh man, can it really be that bad? Like, any of you guys watching this video that have been to the San Francisco area recently or live there, like, what's it like today? Like, let me know. By the way, guys, if you enjoy my channel, please help me out by hitting the like button and subscribing and turning on bell notifications. I'd really appreciate it. So it looks pretty normal to me. Yeah, this looks good to me.
Howdy everyone, it's Kyle. I'm here in San Francisco, California. Now I'm just doing a voiceover of this video. I'm going to be showing just different parts of the city so you can see what the situation in San Francisco is right now. I think most of the attention on the city is almost exclusively negative. You really don't hear anything positive. So I was like, what's the city like right now? I haven't been in over a year. Have things gotten better? Have they gotten worse? So I'm going to show just videos of me walking through several different parts of the city to show you what it's like right now. Where I'm at in this video is Chestnut Avenue. This is in the Marina District. This is the north central part of the city. So if you were to go just west of here, it's the Presidio and the part of town where the Golden Gate Bridge enters. If you go just east of here, it's the Ghirardelli Square and Fisherman's Wharf area. So with the name Marina, you're right there along the shore there, right there on the coast. Really nice area. You can see here this really vibrant street here.
Definitely.
Every place was busy. Bunch of shops, restaurants, bars. Yeah, really cool area. We were staying near here, and it was nice to be able to walk down to this street every day and just take in some of the, the goings on. And
like, this area looks really fun. Like, this looks great. I think we might have visited this place briefly. I wonder how far this area is from Union Square. Like, Union Square is where we kind of saw a lot of like sketchy sort of stuff.
In this neighborhood, so it's a really cool spot. You can just kind of check it out a little bit here. What the Marina District, Chestnut Avenue is like. All right, so after walking through the Marina District, I made a turn up Fillmore, and that's what this street is here. It's a big, nice hill street there. It goes south out of the Marina District, and I started my walk. I didn't do the whole video of me walking through this district. I'll save you that, but it is a pretty hilly walk, and along the way you'll see this. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm from California. This is an East Coast, northeastern restaurant. Let me know what you guys back east think about this. I'm not a big fan of Shake Shack in California, but you got In-N-Out coming to the East Coast as well. So Union Street comes right off of Fillmore Street there as well. This is a really cool street with shops and restaurants and bars. I didn't walk along that one. But yeah, walking up Fillmore is pretty significant. It's really steep in some spots. You got to walk up some stairs. Hey, well, that's part of walking in San Francisco.
Yeah.
You're going to get a good workout if you're going to walk.
Get those steps in. You got to get those 10,000 steps.
So when you get to the top, at least when you get to here, you can catch your breath, look down Fillmore, get a really nice, beautiful view of the marina and where you just walked from. So if you get to be 47 years old like me, you need to catch your breath a little bit. But it is a beautiful view when you do that. But turning around from there, I'm in Pacific Heights. This is one of the nicer parts of the city. A really nice stretch of road here, Fillmore. And you may have heard of Fillmore Street. Maybe the Fillmore Jazz or the Fillmore West Studios. That's further south down this same street in what is called the Fillmore District. That was a long time ago, back in the day, a predominantly black neighborhood that was mostly kind of poor, but it was gentrified, I guess, before that was really the word used back in the 1950s and 60s.
Yeah, gentrification's happening everywhere. I mean, it's just as the more expensive areas get unaffordable, people are just moving further out, aren't they?
But yeah, you can see here, Fillmore here is just hopping with activity. Just shops, restaurants, a lot of great bakeries. We went to 2 different bakeries and a great donut shop in this neighborhood. Just a really great, vibrant scene going on. There was just a ton of people out. My wife wanted to come down to this neighborhood for a specific store she wanted to check out. A lot of the high-end shops here in this part of town, also in Union Square, but you have quite a bit going on in Pacific Heights, and it gets its name because, as you saw walking up Fillmore, you're up on a fairly high hill here. This is west central-ish, northwest part of town, but just in a little bit. So again, one of the wealthier parts of the city in terms of single-family homes. Some of the bigger, just mansion-type homes are in this part of the city. But yeah, this is Pacific Heights.
It's a really pretty area.
Yeah, really great shopping area, really cool street. Another part of town that's just really just vibrant right now. Lots of stuff going on in this neighborhood.
I wonder what the average property price for this particular area is. Like, are we talking over $1 million? It's probably over $1 million, isn't it?
And most of the time where I'm spending in this particular trip to San Francisco, I'll be in the northwestern quadrant of the city, which is the, I guess you'd say, the nicest part of the city in terms of wealth, I guess. But yeah, it's mostly pretty nice in this entire quadrant. So this is again, one of the wealthier neighborhoods here. Some really nice shops, really cool, really high-end stuff here. If you were to go west of here, you get to the part of town that's called the Richmond District, and over to the Pacific Coast. That's the Seacliff area, and that's probably where you have the absolute wealthiest people who live right there on the Pacific Coast.
Let's see. I feel like he's going to turn a corner and we're just going to be bombarded with just the sketchiest of behavior. It's coming any second now.
If you say the one that smells good, if it's where I should say.
Yeah, I could live in San Francisco, honestly. I enjoyed just that West Coast chilled out sort of vibe. Although New York was really cool as well, like Brooklyn, Manhattan. Because this area is just so different to the images you see, like Skid Row, all that kind of stuff. Just seems like a nice, bustling, cosmopolitan, living area. People just doing their thing, kind of carefree. And I like the hilly aspect of it too. It's like, just gives the place a cool little feel.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm just walking along this street for quite a while, and it goes, Fillmore is pretty vibrant all the way through it. At some point, it gets to where it's the density of shops isn't quite the same, and I kind of stopped filming at that point. But I mean, just really cool. For all the negative you hear about San Francisco, what you've already seen in this video is larger than the entire Tenderloin District times 2. That's what you normally see with the homeless tents. And I mean, you certainly will see a fair number of homeless people walking around San Francisco. It's not, certainly not a myth that there are a lot of homeless there, but it's certainly nowhere near the apocalypse that a lot of times you're going to hear about in the media.
Isn't it crazy though? Like, because the media just makes it seem like San Francisco, the whole of it is like a complete no-go zone. Like, you just don't go there. But I didn't see that, and he's not seeing that. You know, it's just such an exaggeration.
Actually, no, I'm going to keep going down this street. I mean, this went on for quite a while in this neighborhood. It's just everywhere was just packed, and this is pretty common all throughout the entire city with just activity everywhere. So I only have video of 4 different neighborhoods, but we were in several others, and it was just pretty much like this all across the city. But I took the 22 bus, hopped on the bus down there from Fillmore at this intersection all the way down to Haight Street, and then walked up Haight Street all the way.
Haight, as in Hate. Interesting name for a street, eh?
To the Haight-Ashbury neighborhood. And you see quite a few Victorians in this neighborhood. This is one of the neighborhoods that has the largest density of Victorians. But starting from Haight Street, you know, this is Haight-Ashbury neighborhood. Amoeba Records is one of the greatest record shops in the country. I love going there. I can spend half a day at that record shop. But yeah, this is Haight Street. This is a little different neighborhood. This is western central part of the city. This is just east of Golden Gate Park. So you get to the end of
we're getting close
the big city park there. This is that neighborhood. It's historically most well known for being the kind of the hippie summer of love 1967 neighborhood where all those Grateful Dead, Jefferson Airplane kind of bands were jamming out of. And this neighborhood has always been kind of known as just a neighborhood of misfits, people that just don't fit in, the weirdos, the outcast. And it was, again, the hippies and those kind of free love people in the 60s and 70s. And after that, a lot of punks and skaters
congregate there.
Kind of came into the neighborhood. And then for a while, it was kind of trendy and gentrified with shops like the Gap and, you know, like big chain stores there. And it's kind of gone back to what it has always been. So you can see it's just kind of a regular folks San Francisco place. So a lot of the stereotypes about San Francisco you might find more likely in this neighborhood than others. So again, it's just a couple of miles down from Pacific Heights that I was in before, that more wealthy, kind of trendier neighborhood. And this is just, you know, good old San Francisco. You see a little bit of everything. You'll see you'll see some weirdos. You'll see some good San Francisco characters. So it's always a nice time checking out this neighborhood. But, you know, again, some good shops and cafes. That record shop's fantastic. A lot of other kind of weird artsy shops.
This is so similar to Shoreditch. It's like an area in East London, very sort of hipster, very cool. A lot of musicians and artists sort of live there or close to there. Very similar in terms of all of the little stores, you know, the people walking around. Super like close in style.
And the kind of things you might expect to find if you're just kind of stereotypically thinking about San Francisco. Yeah, but you'll see, you know, handful of panhandlers out here. There's like a group of homeless dudes that hang out like in camp chairs. They're like take over at the corner a few blocks down from this spot. But this neighborhood's pretty chill. It's just like this. It's just people hanging out, doing their thing, and it's less pretentious. It's just more just kind of what San Francisco has always been, just a city where you can just be who you are, what you are, and even if you're kind of weird, you don't fit in, well, somebody will take you in the city, probably. At least accept you for at least being kind of
hopefully
weird. So yeah, I just love walking around these different neighborhoods. That's what I like about San Francisco. I like the random frat dude here in the camp chair and the solo cup drinking beer. I'm not sure what that's all about, but hey, you're gonna find a little bit of everything in the city. But I just love walking around. So again, I just walked from the marina up Fillmore to Pacific Heights, hop on a quick bus down to the Haight, and this is all just within a few hours of each other. And you can hop on a bus and go to a completely different part of town and just walk around there as well. So yeah, just another really healthy, vibrant neighborhood. This is not something that you're going to really see being shown on the media. They want to show the tents and stuff, but there is a homeless guy in this part of the video, I think. So if you're looking to see one, I think there is a guy chilling out.
I think the demise of San Francisco has been greatly exaggerated, hasn't it?
Part of town. And there are, again, going to be a handful of homeless you're going to see, but it just kind of, I know, hurts me that that's what people want to focus on, just all the negative things. And just, I mean, with San Francisco, again, you're going to see quite a few homeless walking around, but I mean,
It's not like,
to think that's just what the city is pretty bad. I like thinking of it more like this, just a bunch of just
people
regular
doing
folks
their
doing their thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, other streets doing their thing too. So I just like how these 3 different streets I've shown you so far are, again, they're 3 completely different neighborhoods, but they're really close to each other. And that's what I really like about cities like San Francisco or New York or Pittsburgh, where because they're so pedestrian oriented, or at least originally, you walk a little bit and the neighborhoods change. So in much bigger cities that were developed after the car was the main mode of transportation, so I think Dallas or Phoenix or really most of the Sunbelt cities, you know, you have to drive from one neighborhood to another, so there isn't a big difference when you walk. But in these neighborhoods, they're just...
Is that Jimi Hendrix, the legend, rest in peace? Why do you think the media pushes the whole, San Francisco is just full of like homeless people, etc., etc.? Why do you think they push that narrative so much? What do they get out of it? Is it just for clicks? Is it clickbait? Is it politically, influenced, for political motives? Like, why do you think they do that?
You know, everything is much more densely packed. You just have, you walk a little bit and the neighborhoods change a lot. So that's one of my favorite things about cities like this. And I just love walking. As you can see, the weather was perfect. The weather's always the temperature is always at least okay. It's always going to be between 50 and 80. Might be chilly, breezy, but it's always going to be pretty good for walking. And with the hills, it's also going to be a pretty good workout.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, this is Haight Street, Haight-Ashbury neighborhood. It's changed a lot through the years, but it's still San Francisco. It's still Haight Street. All right, well then after Haight, take you guys. This is a really short clip I have of
look at this.
The main intersection in the North Beach, Little Italy area. I wish I would have had more footage there. It was really busy, really packed. We went to Tony's Pizzeria right there. Had to wait for about a half an hour to get a table, but
wow,
the
Lovely
park there was
park.
packed. A lot of people just hanging out, just doing their thing. And I mean, the main street through this area was Columbus Avenue. There was so many people on there. It was just it was crazy how busy it was. Here's the main intersection of Little Italy, a photo of it. Also nearby here, well, actually it's called North Beach. People don't call it Little Italy, but nearby here is a City Lights bookstore, a famous bookstore. It was so crowded we could hardly even walk through there. We went to the ferry market or the ferry terminal farmers market. It was crowded, packed. Everything was, just going really well there. So again, there are plenty of problems in San Francisco. It's not like it's a perfect city by any stretch, but 99% of the media talking about the city is so focused on the negative stuff that they forget just the things that make the city so great. And a pretty good percentage of the city is very nice. And being someone that's visited literally every big city in the U.S. multiple times, except for Boston and Seattle, only once each, but all the other ones multiple times. And I can say with certainty that San Francisco is perhaps the one that has the highest percentage of the aerial footprint of the city that is pretty nice. It's mostly pretty nice.
Wow.
The Tenderloin, directly adjacent neighborhoods are, a little rough.
So basically, most of the negative aspects of San Francisco is kept to a tiny portion of the city. I see.
And the southeastern corner of the city is also a little rough, but overall, most of San Francisco was pretty nice. So it isn't all just the dumpster fire you hear about in the media, and it isn't all just a bunch of homeless people and the apocalypse. So that was San Francisco and how it looks today. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up to let me know you approve, and subscribe to this channel if you're interested in learning more.
That was a great video. Obviously, the Geography King was a little bit tongue-in-cheek there with the title of the video, but I get why he did it. Because, even here in England, you see articles talking about San Francisco and it makes reference to, the homeless encampments and the supposed crime sprees that happen there. And, we just saw it with our own eyes. Obviously the areas that he took us to, particularly the first one, was a known affluent part of the city. But, it's clearly obvious that most of San Francisco is a nice place to be. Otherwise, the property values wouldn't be what they are. The average house wouldn't cost over $1 million. It would be like, Detroit or somewhere like that, where, it's way, way below. I think the average property value in Detroit's like 150,000 or something like that. So yeah, I just want to ask you guys, why do you think the media just constantly pushes the whole, oh, San Francisco, you know, it's like raining fire over there. It's just absolutely terrible. You want to move out immediately. You know, why do you think the media pushes that narrative? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe.